My name is Karen Percy. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I've been a hairdresser since the 80s. And since this crazy outbreak, and we've all been so isolated, I really wanted to start doing different types of tips and to show the consumer, hairdressers, all kinds of different tips that you can use and utilize. So I'm also going to be selling to the consumer. I will be selling different products and tools that I get at a discount. I would love to share that with you as well. We will have links at the very end of all of our videos. Today's video will be a tutorial on how to do this blow dry right here. And like I said, it took me about 20 minutes to do it, the whole thing from start to finish. And it's super, super fast. I will tell you that I've developed a product and it's called the Kanga belt, like a kangaroo pouch, Kanga belt. I have one on right now. But you can also hang up some of the pockets in your bathroom. One of the pockets is a thermal pocket, and you can literally just leave your flat iron, your curling iron, whatever, in there the whole time. So a lot of people have small bathrooms and there's not a lot of counter space. So it makes it so much easier. I even use my Kanga belt on myself whenever I'm doing my hair. And I have it my thermal pocket hanging up on my towel bar. So anyway, these are going to be some tips for you guys to see. I would love to hear back from you guys. What do you want to know? What kind of tips do you need? Do you need help on knowing how to do your bang area, to get more volume, things like that? What questions do you have? I would love to hear from you. So anyway, I'm looking so forward to bringing you guys more videos. We're going to try to do some Tuesday tips, and we are really excited to be bringing these to you. We'll see you. All right, so I've got my hair shampooed, and I'm going to go ahead and show you some really quick, easy tricks to get your hair blown out and style with the Beachy wave. Super, super fast. Now I've got very fine hair that doesn't get anybody whatsoever. So I have to use a lot of product in my hair. I'm going to go ahead and take the towel down and show you exactly what products that I use, and then we're going to do a quick blowout and Beachy wave, and it'll be quick, okay? So let's take the towel down. And so the first thing I'm going to do is, I love the full frame. It's a foam, it's a mousse, and it doesn't take much. You're going to take it through both parts of your hand, kind of break it down a little bit. And when you've got longer hair, it's easier to flip your hair over to get all the product through your hair. So we're going to flip it over a little bit. I didn't get to comb it out. Okay, and we can kind of clip through that. Next, we're going to be using products to protect the hair. This particular one is called One United by Redken, and what it does is it provides a lot of vitamins in your hair, and it's not heavy at all, but it's more of a liquid base. So you want to start with your liquids first and then more to your cream. So we're going to spray mid-shaft to ends all over, mid-shaft to ends, just for protection. All right, now we're going to be moving on to our next product that is for fine, thin hair. And again, it's Redken. It's their Play Safe. And it says Play Safe 450 because it actually can protect the hair whenever you're using a flat iron or a blow dryer, curling iron, whatever. But it actually, what I love about it is that it makes your hair feel so much thicker. And it just takes a few pumps. And again, we're going to use that mid-shaft to ends through here. And I use a little bit around my hairline as well because we tend to have even finer, thinner hair around our hairline. Gonna run that through really quick. And then my next little favorite product, it is by a product called Alpha Par, and it's their 3-in-1 serum. This one you can use on wet hair, dry hair, whatever. I go a week without shampooing my hair, so the days I'm not shampooing my hair, I throw this in just to refresh everything, and it makes it so shiny, and it makes it smell amazing. It's got the best smell ever. Again, just a few pumps, and we're gonna do that mid-shaft to ends, and a little bit around my hairline. And so next what we're gonna do is rough dry most of the hair, about 50 to 60%, And then we're gonna leave this U-plate area, top mohawk area, a little bit more damp to give it some more volume and that way it'll have more memory as you blow dry your hair. All right, let's get going. Okay, I want to talk to you about this Kanga belt real quick. There's a lot of people that have tiny bathrooms, or as you can see, they don't have a whole lot of space right here. We have hung up the thermal pocket. You can put your flat iron, curling iron in it, and it does not overheat. This is the wet pocket. We're going to end up putting our hot sets or some kind of a spray in that pocket here. And then I've got mine set up for me because I'm just used to using my belt. Now it's time to rough dry the hair 50 to 70%, except leave out the U-plate area or mohawk area. Now, notice you always want to blow dry with it going straight down. You never ever want to blow dry this way. You want to blow dry with the direction of your hair growth. That way it keeps it from being really, really frizzy. All right, we're gonna do some quick, I still go ahead and section off my hair. All right, so I've sectioned off this top part right here, and this is the U-plate area, which is the most important part to leave out, and it's not as rough dried. So we're gonna just quickly, don't be perfectionist about it, don't worry about it, but it's easier if you go ahead and section off the hair, and it isolates the sections to where you can just work on the area that you're working on. So we're going to do like so, and I'm actually going to go ahead and start with this section right here with a larger brush. The reason you want to use a larger brush is because it covers a ton of territory and you can get the hair dry so much faster. As we move up to the U-plate area or the mohawk area is when we will start using the thermal spray, and then we're going to drop down to a smaller round brush at the root to get even more volume. People with more fine, thin, medium hair, this works the best for. Notice how I'm taking the brush and pulling the hair straight up and straight down. That's going to create maximum volume. The U-plate area or mohawk area at the very top crown area, notice I'm using a thermal spray. I will start out with the larger round brush, mid-shaft to ends, just to get that area dry faster. But then I'm going to drop down to a smaller round brush at the root area just to create volume. And again, this works the best for hair that's fine to medium hair. If you've got thick, coarse hair, you could continue on with a larger brush. As you drop down to your smaller round brush, you want to make sure that you use plenty of your heat setting. Make sure everything is completely dry before you wrap it around the round brush, and not too tight. Once you know you've got it completely heated up all the way through, make sure to use your cold shot. That is the secret to lots of volume.
Next I'll be moving up to the larger round brush on the very front, and notice I'm going to be pulling the hair forward with this larger round brush, and you keep the blow dryer nozzle touching the brush. That's going to make it very smooth, and the reason I chose the larger round brush is because I get more of a natural look. You can use the smaller round brush, except it's going to make it a little bit too full, which gives it kind of a McDonald's sign look. I even go back and use the blow dryer to blow down that front section so it's not too full in the very, very front. I just like it more natural. It's up to you.
Okay, so as you can see, I've got kind of fine, thinner hair. The reason you want to use a round brush and you don't just rough dry the whole thing is because the round brush gives your hair that body, that build, and honestly it doesn't take that much extra time. It really doesn't, to make a better look. So I could do flat iron at this point, or I could do Beachy wave, but let's do the Beachy wave. How about that? All right, so we're going to swap out, and I've got my curling iron is already set and ready to go. We're going to put my hot sets bottle right here. This is going to be super duper fast. So I split it in the middle. I like to get this section out of the way. Get it out of the way. I do the underneath first just because it's easier. I like to split it up into about 3 or 4 sections. Take this back half. I'm going to split this up into 2 sections here. And I always use my hot sets first. Oops. Now, to do a real Beachy wave, you're going to start mid-shaft, and a lot of people have more of a spring-loaded type curling iron. This is a Marcel, so it is going to be a little bit different. You have to practice it. Technique is the same though. You're going to start in the center. I think it's easiest when you're doing it yourself. Just pretend you've got an imaginary line in the back of your head. All the curls are going back to that direction. We're going to do the first section. Slide it down. If you want really curly hair, you're going to not let any of the hair out. You're just going to keep curling it as you slide down. For me, I'm going to drop some of the hair out, loosen it up, and just get more of a Beachy wave. Now I'm going to take the back section back here, spray it, comb through. Same thing. You're going to start in the mid shaft. Kind of feel of it. Every hair takes a little bit longer than others. My curling iron gets about 450, and I think that really does help. If you have a curling iron that doesn't get as hot, your hair's sitting there for a long time. It can do more damage actually than good. And the side panel. Now the reason I like to comb through the hair before I do the curling iron is just basically kind of, if you don't, it cements the hair in the way it was. So if you got a little bit of unsmoothness going on, it's just, you know, it's going to concrete that in. It doesn't really matter. I'm just kind of weird about that. Now we're going to take down our other section here, and I just split this into 2 sections. Super fast, super easy. I like to roll it all the way to the scalp if you like a little bit more volume. I like a little bit more volume and then loosey-goosey on my ends. Now I'm going to slide it, slide it, slide it out. You want to make sure and slide it all the way to the end so that your ends are smooth. You don't want to have kind of frizzy ends. I find it easier if you bring your last piece around your hairline forward to get the most natural kind of look that way. Make sure you don't clamp down the curling iron too hard before you bend it. That way it kind of causes some creases in your hair, and it happens to everybody. Now if that's too curly for me, I'm going to stretch it and pull it. I got a little too crazy with that one. Here we go, it's a little bit better. Okay, so we can see how one side's looking. Let's do the other side, okay? Same thing, we're going to get this piece out of the way and work on our back area. There's always a side that's harder. And see how I'm taking it all the way to the root. That's one of the reasons I don't use a wand that much, because if you want to get root lift, I have a hard time getting as much root lift. I get more curl on the ends. I like it opposite, more curl, like I said, root, and then loosey-goosey on the ends. So we're just gonna drop it, smooth it out, boom. We're gonna do the back. Then my right side, I think because I sleep on my right side, I don't know. I've always heard that. I don't know if that's true or not. So we're gonna, same thing, all the way to the root. And you can see I'm just breaking it up into like 4 or 5 sections. It's super duper easy. Slide it out, slide down. Now we're going to do this bottom piece here. I'm so used to putting that right there. I like to go even looser around my hairline so that it looks a lot longer. Now sometimes, like I said, my left side is a little bit thicker than my right, so I'm going to break this section up and do actually 2 sections right here in the front. All the way through the scalp. Some out, slide it down. And again, we're going to bring this forward. Kind of slide it down. There we go. All right, so now I kind of want to cool this down a teeny weeny bit before I start messing with it. For us that need extra texture, I love, love, love this powder play. And they have a powder play light. This is the light. The light works the best for me. But you can just section off pieces in your hair and it gives it amazing texture. You put it in there and anytime you back comb or whatever, it stays really, really well. You don't have root massage, right, just a teeny weeny bit. Does the back look okay?